Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Kraus. I'm here to talk to you today about my decision to go to optometry school and how I balance my life in optometry school as a single parent. So I'll give you a little background about myself. I graduated high school and I decided to go do service work and missionary work for 2 years. I did this in South America. I tell you this because my experiences there helped shape me and prepare me for later trials in my life. Soon after I came back, I married and found a job working in a commercial optical retail shop and going to school part-time. And one of the first experiences I had there was a great experience. I was an optician, so I dispensed glasses to an older lady. And as soon as she put the glasses on, she started getting emotional and started crying and came over and gave me a big hug. I looked down and realized she was a high myope. She hadn't had glasses in 15 years and hadn't seen clearly far away for a very long time. She was so thankful for me for just handing her the glasses. And I realized that this was a field that I could enjoy and get behind. So soon after that, I started learning everything I could about the optical field. I got my ABO and CLE certifications and quickly rose to a managerial position. Sooner or later, I was 30 years old. I had one child and another on the way. And I knew I wasn't content with where I was in life. I knew I didn't finish my 4-year degree, so I wanted to go back to school. So with the support of my family, I decided to leave that position as a manager and go back to school full-time. I found a job as a doctor's tech working part-time at a private practice. And while I was doing that, I was exposed to the disease side of things in the exam room, something I hadn't really seen before, and I started considering applying to optometry school. I was making good grades, and thought maybe it's something that I could do. And so I decided to go down that path of applying to optometry school. Further down, life throws things at you, and I ended up finding myself as a single parent with my children full time. And I wasn't quite sure if I should continue down the path of applying to optometry school. But I'd sacrificed so much at that point to get there that I just had to continue down that path and see if it worked out. And if there's something that you want, I believe you should take the chance to do it. So I decided to continue down the path, and sure enough, I ended up applying and getting in. Then I was left with the decision of, well, is this the right move to make? Every time I thought about going to optometry school as a single parent, my heart dropped to my stomach. And I just wasn't sure, but I knew if I tried my best and applied all the lessons I learned through the experiences I had in my youth, that I could do it. And so what's it like to be a single parent in optometry school? It's hard. Optometry school is hard for anyone. A lot of the doctors I work with all said it's the hardest thing they've ever done. And it doesn't matter what situation you're in life. Optometry school is hard, and it takes a lot of focus and balance. And so it's constantly juggling competing priorities, making sure that my children have what they need to be successful in school while I'm doing what I need to do to be successful in school and prepare myself to take care of my future patients. And, sometimes you drop the ball. Sometimes you forget to return that form signed the next day for my children, or sometimes you forget to take a quiz before 12 o'clock at night for myself. But anytime that I found myself in those type of situations, I could talk to my professors and they explained my situation to them, and they all understood and were willing to work with me. And so I've learned to find the time for myself to be able to balance my life so that I can be in control and stable to be able to do all the things that I have to do every day. I believe that hard work pays off, and optometry school is a lot of hard work. I also have learned that it's okay not to be perfect. A lot of us want to make those perfect grades, but you know what? Just learning what you need to learn to be a successful doctor is the most important thing, and just making it through is super important. One of the struggles that I had, well, everybody was affected by the pandemic, but I found myself at home Zooming classes online with my children at home with me. And I was lucky to have a support system with their aunt and uncle. They were both are working professionals, but they were able to watch my children whenever I had to take a test from home or do some different lab work where they might get in the way while I was Zooming from home. And so without them, I definitely wouldn't have made it through second year. So I'm very grateful to have the support system that I had. Also, my classmates, my classmates are great. I'm not gonna lie, when I first got in, I realized I was the only student in my class with children, which was crazy because the class above us had like 15 children. The class below us now has a lot of children. How could I be the only one in the class with 2 children? I don't have anyone to do play dates with and study. But soon after the pandemic happened, my classmates reached out to me, and they helped me schedule times to Zoom for right before a class so we could review material. They helped me do different assignments while I was at home to help guide me. And I realized after the pandemic hit that I was lucky to have my classmates, and I wouldn't trade them for any other classmates. So I was really blessed. So right now, what's great about my experience is I could come home and still be motivated to go to school and do everything I need to do, because my motivation lies in finding and creating a better life for my children. And that's ultimately what I'm doing. When I come home, I see them and I'm reminded why I'm doing this every day. And it helps renew that motivation every day, which is, burnout is real in optometry school. It's tough. But coming home and seeing my children and why I'm doing what I'm doing every day really makes the difference for me. And as far as what I want for my future, I want to set the example for my children. I want to be a great eye doctor so that I can help every patient that comes into my chair. And I want to be able to help those around me. So hopefully my experience that I'm telling you about today will help inspire you. If you think you might have some barriers or obstacles in your life that might prevent you from achieving what you want, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. And it takes hard work, it takes dedication, diligence, but by setting those goals and doing everything you can to achieve them, I believe it can happen. So thanks for your time.